Invincible is a comic series created by Robert Kirkman that follows the titular character Invincible as he navigates the world of superheroes after recently awakening his powers. The first comic came out in January 2003, and the last issue was released in February of 2018, totaling 144 issues. Soon after, Amazon purchased the rights to the show, and the first Invincible season premiered in March of 2021 to mass approval. After seeing the success of the first season, Amazon greenlit production for seasons 2 and 3, with the show being slated to have 8 seasons. The Invincible has a large cast of characters with unique abilities, one of which is Immortal. Immortal is a member of the Guardians of the Globe, this universe's version of the Justice League, and possesses the ability of regeneration, allowing him to come back from death, essentially giving him the ability of immortality. Unfortunately, for the members of the Invincible universe, Immortal's abilities are wasted on him as a character because he simply lacks the capability both in his powers and as in his character to be a successful member of the team. The three main points of this are his abysmal win-loss ratio across the show, his ego that is left unchecked, and the lack of improvement for both of the aforementioned points, with there being ample opportunity for him to improve. The first point to bring up is his win-loss ratio throughout the show. Obviously, with the superhero, win-loss ratio is not the most important thing. There are other factors that could be equally as important, such as saving lives or mitigating damage. However, being able to swiftly take down your opponent mitigates the need for people to be evacuated or property to be saved. With that being said, Immortal has the worst win-loss ratio in the entire Invincible universe, coming in 1 win and 10 total losses over the 3 seasons put to animation. Some of his most embarrassing defeats include being killed by Omni-Man in Season 1, Episode 1, being killed by Omni-Man again in Season 1, Episode 8, being subdued by Alan the Alien in Season 2, Episode 5, being subdued by Bugs in Season 3, Episode 2, and being taken out of the fight by the Mauler twins in Season 3, Episode 3. All of these go to show Immortal has a very poor record in dealing with threats and makes him a liability more than an asset on the field. Next up is his ego. Immortal has a tendency to talk behind people's back, but when they are in the room, he has nothing to say. This can be seen in Season 3, Episode 2. For context, Mark, the main character, and Cecil, the leader of a government agency with superheroes, get into an altercation, and Cecil implores harsh measures to deter Mark. Mark is physically injured by this attack, but is able to overcome it. And in the aftermath, Immortal and the Guardians of the Globe are having an argument about whether or not Cecil was in the right to use lethal force. In the argument, Immortal says that Mark is out of line, he needs to be put in check, and things of that nature. However, in Season 3, Episode 3, the very next episode, there's a moment for Immortal to speak up in front of Mark as he is literally threatening the life of Cecil, the head of a government agency. However, he says nothing. This shows a cowardice in his character and shows that he is not a man who is forthcoming and instead is a person who prefers to speak behind people's back, leading to secrecy. The final point to be made is that he has had no significant improvements in either of the aforementioned points throughout the course of the season. In terms of his win-loss ratio, if he were to train to become a better hero, he would have a better win-loss ratio, and there is ample opportunity for him to do so. See, as shown in Season 3, Episode 1, while Mark is going through a training regimen, including lifting weights, improving his speed, improving his durability. Immortal can endure the same level of training to improve his abilities. However, he refuses to do so, choosing instead to remain stagnant. Another example is with his ego. The Guardians have the chance to check Mark on his behavior. However, nobody says anything to Mark, showing that instead of taking initiative and showing what a good leader could be, he instead decides to be cowardly and hide his facts and hide his opinions from people that he's talking about. In conclusion, Immortal from the Invincible series is an unsavory hero with a poor reputation and even poorer character content of his character, which shows that he should not be a member of the Guardians of